I'm Matt Shepard. Last weekend was chilly. It was nippy, but both these teams were built for that kind of weather. Can they handle this kind of weather, do you think?
Well, when you have a ground attack, as both these teams do, elements really don't bother you. Now you come inside, and it'll bring the air into play a little bit more, but we're going to start with the ground attack. And when you talk about Clarkston, it starts with Ian Erickson, the outstanding running back that they have, Shep. Last week, he just put some unbelievable numbers, over 250 yards in the first half. Just touchdown after touchdown. These are just some little snippets of what he is capable of doing. These are all the inside zone play. He's a great zone runner. He's able to press the edge. He finds the crease. He has good vision, but he's a slasher, and he cuts back against the grain very well. A couple opportunities to watch him this year. He really, really excels.
Their nickname are the Wolves, but Kurt Richardson, the head coach, called him an absolute horse. Meanwhile, for Catholic Central, they've got a lot of guys who can play both ways, but very key guys. Dylan Roney is one of them. The other one is Zach Bach. He's outstanding.
Zach Bach is a lot like Alex Briones, which we did in the last game. He is a football player. He never leaves the field. Kicks, punts, runs the ball, catches the ball, as you see right here. He has the speed to get down the field. Wonderful hands. He can finish the play. In the running game, he gets to the edge. The vision we talked about with Ian Erickson, he has that type of vision and good top-end speed. Elusiveness, making people miss, getting the big play. And CC, he is their bread and butter, Shep. They're going to want to run the ball first, throw the ball second.
Tom Mack, their head coach, told us earlier in the week he's one of the best athletes he's ever had. And keep in mind, he's been there for almost 40 years and seen a lot of really good players. We expect a really good football game today. Catholic Central and Clarkston. The Shamrocks are used to being here, but they have been disappointed in each of their last two trips. Clarkston is here for the first time ever. The energy is high, and so are the stakes. We'll kick it off when we come back after this.
The journey to Ford Field is much longer than the commute. It takes years to reach the pinnacle, and the toll is blood, sweat, and tears. But for the fortunate few whose career-long odyssey ends here, it's the chance of a lifetime. For those on this quest, play not for the name on the back of the jersey, but the name on the front. This Thanksgiving weekend, the students go from taking history to making history. And it starts now.
This is awesome. Division I, Catholic Central against Clarkston. Both teams feel like they are peaking at the right time. Let's take a sneak peek at Shannon Hogan on that Clarkston sideline.
I don't know if you can see me or
I can't.
Hear me, you guys. I am in the Clarkston student section. They have been waiting for this for years. These are the seniors in the front. They've never been here to Ford Field for the state championship game. This is a great student section. We've seen what CC boys section can do too. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time during the game to see all their excitement about this final. I'll send it back up to you. I have no idea what I just said. I can't hear myself.
You fit right in with all those happy people and those smiling people. All right. There's Kurt Richardson, 27 years in along the Wolves sideline. 4 times a regional title, over 200 knockouts in his coaching career, and trying to bounce back from semifinal losses in 1999 and 2000. But he said earlier this week, hey, these kids don't remember those seasons. I remember them, but those kids do not. Tom Mack has been doing it a long time. 20 times double-digit victories. His 340 wins are 4th all time. And he's been to the final 4 times in the last 5 years. 16 times overall. That is second only to Farmington Hills Harrison. Clarkston won the toss and deferred, so Catholic Central will receive. The Division I championship game is underway. And it is fielded by Bach, who hands off. Yes, he does. Right up the belly past the 30 to the 32-yard line. A little trickery already for Alexander Bach.
Well, this is the Starburst. They all come together. Zach Bach, he's the quarterback behind that. They just try to get people out of their lane, start to chase ghosts a little bit. Just be disciplined, stay in your lane. The ball will come to you.
Sean Burney is their quarterback. He wears 11 in white. Tom Mack told us one of the toughest athletes he's ever had, a playmaker, good speed, great head on his shoulders. And they will start on the ground. This is Connor Holton. Got to the edge. And close to a first down. He leads this team in rushing with just a shade under 1,000 yards. Zach Bach is the favorite receiver, but also has rushed for 5 touchdowns. And Nick Cocosetta is the tight end. That offensive line, the best run blockers are Alex Galeas and Antonio Ochoa. They're the left guard and center, respectively. Second and short for the Shamrocks. Dylan Roney up the belly to midfield for a first down.
This is CC football. You're going to look at it coming right at you. It's going to be inside power football. They're going to get up, get on, push, to create a little bit of a wedge type action. It's a big physical offensive line. I mean, they're 240, 255, 285, 265, and 260 in their front five. You don't have to trick a lot of people when you have bodies like that.
They also moved well, too. And I know you watching the film like the way their ability to get out and handle the trap as Roney gets into Clarkston territory. Clarkston's front five averages 6 feet, 241 pounds. They returned 6 starters on this defense from a year ago. They have 24 seniors overall. Their middle linebacker, Blake Rehan. And Reed Kaminsky is one of the safeties. He has 5 picks on the year. He'll come in to replace Jacob Armstrong once in a while.
Let's go, defense!
Second down and 8 now for the Shamrocks. 11 and 2 on the year. They'll do a toss sweep. This is Holton with good speed. Broke the tackle. And got close to the 40-yard line.
We've talked a lot about Zach Bach. Obviously in our open we highlighted him. But you cannot forget about Connor Holton. His numbers are comparable, and he has the speed, a little bit more edge speed. Makes the first tackle and miss, and is able to move the chains. A nice 1-2 punch. If we had more time in our open, we'd probably give Connor a little bit of love, too. Very solid running back.
So a first and 10 for the Shamrocks. Team that averaged 29.5 points per game during the regular season. Like you said, Rob, they love to run the football. They average about 260 per game on the ground. Roney on a dive. You can hear Clarkston screaming, dive, dive. And he dove past the 35 to about the 34. Dom Monson made the tackle.
Well, they're going to run a lot of power. They're also going to run some trap game inside. This is Charlie Whitmire we're going to watch. He's just going to make a short little trap block, let it go, and open it up, comes inside, kicks it. Linebacker fills well, doesn't fill square. Monson's got to be able to come up there and square up a little bit, not give a side for the running back as a bailout.
Rhodey at 6'2", 230, and athletic. Last weekend had 3 touchdowns against Cass Tech. First time they go to the air, it's a quick slant. Nice grab for a first down. It's a little high, but climbing the ladder there for the Shamrocks was Alexander Bach.
So this is the other Bach, Alexander Bach, the receiver. It's just a quick slant. The ball is a little bit high by Bernie. Good close on the play, but not quick enough by Tim Casey.
Very convincing drive to start the contest for Catholic Central. Holton again. He's pummeled at the 24-yard line. What a hit by Merrick Canada.
Canada, he comes up, and you're going to see him throw number 22. Watch him. He's going to flow with the play. Let it go. He reads it. They're going to pull the guards, get outside. But when he comes up, he comes to the party. He comes bearing gifts. Look at him. He sees it, throw the head across the body,
really
finish the tackle. No yards are gained after that hit. Very physical play by Canada.
What a form tackle, huh? By the junior safety. Zach Bach and Mitch Catkick are to the left of Sean Burney on a 2nd and 10. Rolls that way, pressure from the back end, throws, picked off at the 7-yard line. Intercepted by Tim Cason. And he's dragged out and fumbled it. They're going to say he was down. We saw turnovers in D7. A turnover on the opening drive, and Clarkston has it back.
Well, this is a miscommunication. We're going to stop it right here. We're seeing the out. We're seeing the clear down the field. Let it go. It almost looks as if Bernie thought that Alex Bach was going to run it out there, and he just kept going down the field. And I'm not sure, but Kaysen was there, and he'll take that gift any day thrown right to him.
No doubt.
Now the Wolves get their first opportunity to make some noise.
And it's a Clarkston offense that in the playoffs has averaged better than 47 points per game. Their quarterback is DJ Zazula. The give to Erickson. And dropped at the 15-yard line by Jack Van Acker.
So look at DJ Zazula, the quarterback for Clarkston, good leader. Coach Richardson loves his accuracy, Shep, and he said nothing rattles him. He's the type of kid you like, because if things start going south on you a little bit, he doesn't get rattled. He just, all right, okay, it's all right. We'll just right the ship here a little bit. We'll keep playing, and things will work out well.
Threw for over 2,000, ran for over 300 during the season. He's one of those dual threats as well. Second down and 8. Play action. Pressure comes. He runs out of it, and then is dropped at the 19-yard line. Jordan Jenkins and Ryan McGilvery on the tackles.
Zazula wants to go down the field, but a good decision maker. Nothing's there off the play action. And you decide just tuck it, and once you make that decision as quarterback, Shep, that's what you need to do. Just tuck it and go. Don't hesitate. When the play is broken down, try to make something out of it. Commit to the run, and that's what Zazula did, and puts him in a manageable, third down and a long 3.
Third down and 4 or 3.5, we'll call it. Zazula. Where's number 5? Wants to throw for it. Up top. And incomplete. Wanted Tim Kaysen, who made that interception. But after that, the Wolves go 3 and out.
Well, Kaysen has man-to-man coverage out here with Alex Bach, and he just can't. He has a step on him. Wow, so close. That ball was thrown about 45 yards from the cross side of the field by Zazula. But CC, after the turnover, they hold court here a little bit, or hold serve rather, and force the punt. Now they should get good field position as Zach Bach goes deep and receive the punt.
Shane Hines, the Clarkston punter. Good snap. Returnable kick for Bach. From the 40. Nowhere to go. Great coverage by the Wolves. Their defense forced a turnover, but their offense couldn't capitalize in a scoreless game early on. Of the last 30 years. But admitted to us earlier in the week, the last couple of weeks, last couple of years, I should say, were tough. His kids remember it, but they're not going to let that define them. Let's see if this run helps define a certain opportunity on a drive, but it won't there because Connor Holton, who tried to bounce it to the outside, was pushed away. David Beadle and Cole Chewins combined on the tackle for Clarkston.
You see Cole Chewins there. He's a guy I want to watch, and we're going to hear what this defense is doing.
Some big bodies out there.
Some snap, crackle, pop going on, but here's a look at Beadle. That's one of those. Yeah, that's one of those guys you see, Shep. You know, we always talk about when we get on the field before our college games. Say that's a good body. You look at that man. Every coach looks at him and says, "Yeah, I can win with guys like that."
Cole Chewins is just a junior at 6'7", 210. A quick flare out. Box got it to the edge. Tugged at, broke a tackle, and got past midfield. Should be enough for a first down. That's a nice athletic move. Give him 13 on the play.
And CC did a good enough job on the edge blocking to give Zach Bach an opportunity to do something with it. He's getting a little bit of help. You can see right here. That's what you want to see. Nice job. That's Mitchell Caddick, number 34. Just get enough of Canada. You don't have to knock guys down all the time. If you can just stay up and stay on, running backs, receivers with speed, now they'll make a play. They'll be able to come off your body. But if you're on the ground, if you get thrown down, then there's no hope for the play to work out well.
Birdie out of the gun. He'll keep it. They are popping hard. You'd mentioned that before. These guys are coming to play for sure. They got some big bodies trying to move in those trenches. So it's 2nd down and 7 now. Clarkston, the champions of the OAA Red. 12-1 on the season.
2nd and 7.
Bernie to throw. He's got Bach. Should be enough for another CC first down.
I like how Tom Mack and the staff get Zach Bach involved in the offense. You see him in the backfield. This time they split them out. They get a little matchup issue they like. They just run it out, and Bernie delivers the ball right on time. Tough to defend. If you're Clarkston, you're playing 7-8 yards off, a little 5-yard out, well executed. It's pretty much bread and butter for a team. If you can do that, quarterback can get it, deliver it. Offense usually wins on that.
Well, you've always said if you can run the football, it helps in so many different ways with your team's offense. The play action, shotgun, the out patterns, whatever.
Yeah, look at Bach. Look him line up right here in the wing. You can get. You know, you see this, Shep. We're going to hear the call here in a second. We'll lay out, but you see how the Lions.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. First down.
You see on Sunday how the Lions incorporate Reggie Bush now with formations, how sometimes they put him in the slot, sometimes they split him all the way out, and they're trying to get that matchup they're looking for, usually on a linebacker or safety. We see that with CC. We've seen Zach Bach line up in the split set, in the full house tee, on the wing, and as a flanker or split end. So Coach Mack really trying to formation people and get his playmakers the ball.
Bach last week against Cass Tech in a 28-0 win and a 14-degree wind chill. Had 106 yards worth of receiving and a touchdown. Now he's on the ground. Has it in his left arm. Has Bernie leading the way and lowers the shoulder and get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Sometimes if you try to follow the ball as a fan, we're going to watch 68, the left guard, Alex Galias. He's out in front. He'll take you to the ball. And they're just going to run Alexander Bach and Sean Bernie getting out front a little bit, leading. There's a look at the big man. Let's look at his dimensions. 6'2", 265. Another one of those just really, really solid-looking bodies that CC throws at you on both sides of the ball.
2nd down and 9 now. Sean Bernie wants to throw for it. Rolls the pocket. Has a man open. And incomplete. Just a couple of outs right there, and he couldn't connect with Zach Bach.
We're going to look at Zach Bach. I didn't realize, I guess I focused too much on the running game. But he is going to be split right here. Watch this route. Let it go. He's going to turn the can of the corner. Good inside, snaps it to the out, and he comes flat, Shep. I love how he comes flat. He's open, and Bernie just can't get the ball to him. Too many guys drift up the field. Once they make a cut, they don't go parallel to the lines on the field, and that allows defenders to get underneath the route. He came nice and square. And Bernie's got to make that throw.
No doubt. It's tough on the run. Sometimes it's better to plant and throw. We got 3:05 left to go in the first in a scoreless game. Early on here in Division I, heavyweight showdown between Catholic Central and Clarkston. Big 3rd down and 9. CC's been very good at that this postseason and unable to connect here. Dylan Roney was open, and Sean Bernie led him too much.
Well, Roney had Blake Rehan. We talk about matchup. This is the tight end, and he's just going to leak under the field, I believe. He's going to come all the way across, and Rehan's going to be responsible for him. He just gets underneath the coverage, runs through, and it's a man-to-man. He picks up a little bit of a pick. Actually, I was on the wrong tight end the whole time. Both tight ends were open, but what happened to Clarkston was they got in a man-to-man, Shep. In the middle of the field, they got picked a little bit, and then Roney in the outside, Rehan had a man coming from the linebacker spot, just couldn't get out on the arrow route.
Tim Kaysen is back with his heels at his own 10. Zach Bach is the punter for CC. He's going to roll left and now punt it away. Fair catch made. See, one was signaled by Kaysen, and then it was fielded by Jacob Armstrong. So you can't run with it after a fair catch is signaled.
Well, and
2:53 left to go here in the opening quarter. Clarkston will get their second possession of the day. Fox Sports Detroit.com has you covered for all the latest news and information, including interviews, highlights, videos, fan forums, exclusives on the Tigers, the Red Wings, the Pistons, the Lions, and their win over the Packers yesterday on Thursday, and a whole lot more. Go to FoxSportsDetroit.com, your only stop for all things Detroit sports.
You know, Zach Bach, the running back, receiver, also the punter. We're going to get a look here. Once you break your rhythm, you show that you're a runner, you become a runner. Now, Zach, after he punched the ball, he's looking for a little bit of a roughing call, but you're fair game.
Sure.
Zach, you're lucky he didn't really light you up. Or else you could just fake punt and just jog out there, no one touches you.
DJ Zazula goes to work with an inside give to Ian Erickson. Spun around shy of the 15. Erickson, last year, over 2,100 yards, 34 touchdowns, but he tore his right meniscus. Look at what he did last week against Carmen Ainsworth, whose defenders are still having nightmares watching this guy run over them and run around them. 355 yards. But in the first half, he had 233 yards and 4 of those 6 touchdowns. Tough sledding for him early on, though he did pick up 5 on that play. Trips to the left of Zazula. Looks right. And incomplete, intended for Kaysen. Kaysen leads this team in receptions and receiving touchdowns.
Look at Tim Kaysen. Standing wide receiver, DB. We're talking to some of the coaches from CC, and you talk a lot about Ian Erickson, running back. This young man, the 6,290-pound senior, he really concerns them as much as Ian Erickson. They said he has the big play capability, and he really gives them the balance of the offense that makes this a difficult offense to defend.
And a good receiver, too. It's at 6'2", 190. That's a good body for a receiver. Here's a third down throwing play. Zazula connects with a tight end. Cole Chewins. It's a big target at 6'7", 210.
They love this junior receiver. We're going to be right here. He's just going to run it out. They're going to clear it with the wide out, let it go. And this is a 6'7" target. We see this with Joseph Forey on Sunday. Look at that body. I mean, and he plays defensive end, and he's 210 at 6'7". That young man puts on about 20, 30 pounds. He will be a beast on both sides of the table.
He'll get plenty.
He won't get a lot with me, man.
No, they needed 5. They got twice that. Little breathing room now for Zazula and the Wolves. And that's an inside give on the jet sweep. Kane Watlington.
Watlington is going to be lined up on the opposite side to use Ian Erickson. They also do a good job pulling outside. They get Adam Matic, the guard, out into the mix as well. Ian Erickson showing that he's a multi-dimensional back as well. That you're going to play, and you're going to play well. You got to do more than just run the ball. You have to be able to catch the ball, block. And we've seen teams that make it to the finals have those type of players.
They really like the versatility and the athleticism of their offensive line. This is Ian Erickson trying the left side, and CC was waiting for him. You know, the other thing that this offensive line for Clarkston does really well, they protect Zazula. They've only allowed 2 sacks all season long.
And as you talked earlier, it has so much to do with the ability to run the football. When you can run the football, you can throw out of a lot of play action, not necessarily in passing type of situations, and that really protects your quarterback. Now, getting back to Ian Erickson, you just saw him on a dive in between the tackles. That's really not where he makes his living. He makes his living in the outside zone play, where it's just a stretch play, and he gets to pick his hole.
Tries to get the first down, and does as he lowers the shoulder. Ramrodded Michael Schmitz and moved the chains.
5'11", 190 pounds. He's a better outside zone runner, but he has the vision, and he's got that little bit of innate ability to not give you a lot to hit. He gives you like half a body. It's just a natural instinct runners have that right before they just make themselves thin, so to speak, and he does that very well.
Never get that clean shot at him, huh? Fast-moving first quarter. It's unusual for Clarkston. They've outscored their opponents by 3 times as many points in the opening quarter, and yet they were shut out here in the Division I state championship game against CC. But they're on the move, and they possess the football when we come back to Ford Field on Fox Sports Detroit. Shamrocks of Catholic Central have been able to move the football and move the chains, but the turnover really hurt them earlier.
Yeah, it did. They got down in the Wolves territory, but they couldn't finish the drive.
DJ Zazula, the quarterback for Clarkston, 6 feet, 185-pound junior out of the gun in an empty backfield. He's got 5 wide. Caught. Watlington. Little shake. And gets to the 45. That's the difference between Clarkston this year and last year. Last year, all they did was run. This year, they're not as easy to defend because of this ability.
They can throw the football when they need to. We're going to see trip receivers to the right, and you're going to see a go, and a little bit of a curl inside. Run them off on the outside. Have Watlington just settle down in the middle, deliver the ball on rhythm, and hopefully your receiver can make a play. Pretty well defended by CC in the gang tackling.
Second and 4 now. Erickson gets the call. Found an opening and got to that 3rd level for a first down.
If you're going to be a zone runner and on a zone team, you have to have patience. He'll press it outside, looking, gives a little bit of a dip, sees the crease, and then gets through the crease. That's the beauty of a zone offense. When you run that outside zone play, you never know where it's going to break. You need a running back that is patient, that has good decision-making when to hit it, and then the ability to get through the crease, and he has all of it.
And good blockers in front like Kane Watlington had right there. Took out Jordan Jenkins, allowed them to move the chains for the 3rd time today. Erickson again. To the open. To the outside. And dragged out of bounds. Just shy of the 10-yard line.
Inside, outside, inside. Keep him moving. Keep him on a yo-yo. And that's what they're doing to this defense. This is going to pop right through. We're going to let it run. Once again, it's just a little bit of a dive. And Erickson shows, people don't think he's that fast. He shows some good bursts here. He gets the sideline, run out to the sideline a little bit. But, man, you hit you inside, outside. And they got this CC defense on its heels a little bit.
35-yard gain for the senior. 10th play of the drive for the Wolves. Watlington turned it upfield and got close to the 5. Dylan Roney on the tackle.
Dylan Roney is one of the few guys that starts both ways for the Shamrocks. A very productive player, 6'2", 230 pounds. Took me down to about 22 years old to get that big, but it's good for him.
He's going to the naval. He's going to the Naval Academy.
Oh,
he's going to be a Marine.
Well, he must be a highly intelligent kid. You get into the academies. There's no way to fudge those scores.
I don't mind him protecting our country, that's for sure. 2nd down and 6. Zazula for the corner. He wants Watlington, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Jack Van Acker.
Watlington's going to be in the slot. This is just kind of a slot fade. It's a weird-looking play, and Zazula's going to throw it for the corner. He's just going to give a little ground and just keep leaking here. And the ball just hangs a little bit, and Watlington doesn't pick the flight of the ball up as quickly as Jack Van Acker does. When Van Acker picks up the flight, he makes a play on the ball. Watlington picks up a little bit late, and by then it was too late.
Well, there's a reason he leads this Shamrock defense in interceptions. And he made the key play last weekend when he forced the fumble on J. Rue Campbell at the 6-yard line that was scooped up by the Shamrocks. Turn the tide. Holton to the outside. Spun around at the 25-yard line. Dom Monson delivered the big hit there.
Ball carrier 22.
CC said we can run the ball a little bit too. Holton picks up a nice trap block by Alex Galias. And then look at the finishing, Chef. Look at him coming up, and that's when I see Jake Armstrong. We saw a lot in the last game of defenses that really swarm and pursue. And when you have skilled backs like Zach Bach for CC or Ian Erickson for Clarkston, you better have defensive gang tackling, or you're going to see a lot of long runs.
And as offensive lineman, you got to stay on your blocks for a while, too, because they can pop it for you like Holton did right there. Gets to the 30. Should be enough for the first down. Now, these two teams are hitting.
It's not somewhere to be for the faint of heart down on that field. I think the difference right now, and the reason this game is still scoreless, is the quarterback, Sean Burney, just a little bit off in the first quarter. Had some people open. I think CC's running the ball effectively. Once Burney kind of finds his spot on the field, his rhythm, so to speak, they're going to be very dangerous.
Burney with an inside give. Bach gets past the 35 to the 36. A lot of different ways to attack you on the ground with a lot of different players. So as a defense, that means you really got to stay true to your fundamentals and your principles and your keys, right?
Because they're going to attack you, just set you up in different ways. They're going to attack you with a little wing inside counter. They're going to hit you with the power game. They're going to hit you with the counter game. And then they're going to be able to do the play action off it. So if you start trying to chase and try to do more than your job dictates, that's when you put your entire defense at risk.
2nd and 5. Burney throws it. Oh, he's swallowed up at the 30-yard line. David Beadle went nearly untouched and then just swallowed up the CC quarterback for the first sack of the day.
That's big man rolling when you look at number 59, David Beadle, 6'5", 285. As you said, he comes through clean. And Sean Burney's going to get in the huddle here and say, fellas, listen now, I know I missed a few passes, but you can't take it so personal. You got to block them. I'm going to complete the next 10, but you got to block someone up front. And there's a look.
That guy just ate me for lunch.
Oh. Yeah, as big as Beadle is, I think he could. 6'5", 285. I believe he committed to MSU, if I'm correct.
Burney to throw, pressure from the edge, flag on the play. Usually indicates holding. Will wait for the official call.
Well, Coach Richardson dialing up all the right calls here. They're going to bring Blake Rehan is going to get pressure from the left edge.
Offense declined, 4th down.
Blake Rehan, the linebacker, number 24. He's going to come right around the edge, and he's going to get the initial pressure, unblocked, a little bit of a protection issue. Should have been a slide with that many guys outside, and Beadle, he really benefits. So I think, is that Nick Maddich also in there? Because of the outside pressure that Rehan caused, it forces Burney to step up, and they get the sack.
Kaysen with a chance to return. No, it skims by him. Hustles after it. I don't think he touched it. As they nestle it inside the 10-yard line, they'll mark it at the 9. Special teams so important in a game like field position, important as well. Zach Bach, 16 in white, so instrumental in the success of Catholic Central for years now. Just delivered a 63-yard punt. If he's not doing it on the ground, through the air, tackling or returning punts and kicks, he's punting it away, and he's pinned the Wolves at their own 9-yard line. They had a nice long drive that ended up an interception in the end zone last time out, though. Erickson feeling his way through the hole, breaking a tackle, and getting to the 16-yard line. Jordan Jenkins on the tackle, the middle linebacker for Catholic Central.
A little bit different play design. We're going to look here. Right, you're going to see the left tackle all the way come. That's Nick Maddich is going to pull. Usually you see the guard. He's able to get up, let it go, get into the hole. Look at Erickson press the hole. That's what you want to see. Too many backs straight.
What do you mean press?
Press the hole. They want to hug the toe, follow your blocker, stay in it as much as you can while you're getting. And then when you kind of go lateral, you want to get through the hole before you start doing that.
You see the average drive. CC last week, average drive started at their own 27. Today, not a whole lot different, but they've got nothing to show for it against this really tough physical Clarkston club. Zazula kept it, lunged past the 20. That's enough for a first down. David Wright prevented a bigger gain. both high-scoring offensive clubs, and yet it's defense that has been the name of the game so far. Erickson. Dragging defenders to the 35. Flag on the play.
It's going to come back. We're going to get a hold and the wristed point of the finger. I think it might get Adam Maddox, number 58. It's inside. But nonetheless, it is a hold. It's going to come back.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
We're going to see right here. There it is. He's getting a little bit of them. Not too bad, but Adam Maddox gets the call. I've seen worse. I'm not going to lie, but the official was there. He thought it gave the runner definite advantage by Maddox's block.
First and 17 now after the spot.
Little spread set here, part. A little double twins both ways.
Watlington in motion. The draw to Erickson. CC was waiting for it. Another tackle by Jordan Jenkins. There's 46 in white. Just a reminder that MHSAA.TV will have live streaming coverage of the post-game press conference from this game. Plus, you'll find an archive of all of this weekend's championship games. Get bonus coverage of the football finals at MHSAA.TV. Ishpeming crowned a second consecutive Division VII winner earlier today. This is for bragging rights in D1. Second down and 16 for Clarkston. Here for the first time in the program's history. Zazula wants to go deep. And through the hands of Kaysen, who was double covered. Zach Bach over the top. David Wright had a big drop as a linebacker in coverage.
He had a real good drop. You're going to see Wright get down the field. But even with the coverage on this, Shep, you're going to see it's right over to the left side of the screen. Kaysen has a chance. This ball is thrown. It really goes just over his fingertips, I guess, a little bit too much. But as you said, a little banjo combination coverage there. You got the outside corner with the linebacker inside. Really, they're accounting for Kaysen. That's a game plan defensively. He said, we're going to take two away. We're not going to try to let 25 beat us inside, number 2 outside.
That's a deep drop by a linebacker. Really nice job. Third down and 16. Empty backfield. Zazula, nice pocket. Looking up top. He's got Erickson wide open, and he makes a heck of a grab. Shy of the 45. A little wheel route onto the backfield.
Well, players make plays. Game changers change the game. And he is definitely one of those. This is the wheel route. He's going to come out of the backfield. This is Erickson. He's going to motion down here and go down the side. They're going to clear on the inside with the wide out. They get him down the sideline. Wow, just beautiful. One hand, tips it to himself, secures a catch, gets the feet in bounds, and Eastern Michigan, the Eagles, are going to benefit next year from this young man being part of their program.
Needed 16, got 30 to move the chains with 4.5 remaining in the half. Erickson again, nothing. Boy, Jordan Jenkins does a really nice job of filling that B gap. He reads it quickly, and he uses his hands well.
How about the importance of the kicking game? Let's get back to that punt, that bounce, 30, 35 yards?
Yeah,
but it bounced 30.
Yeah.
Let's not fool ourselves. So if you can catch that punt, you can come and catch that on about the 35. You're in field goal range right now because you've had a nice drive. You put together, 35 yards or so? I mean, it's kicking game. You gotta, and I know it's a risk-reward thing if you're a return man. Do I come up and try to make the catch and possibly fumble the ball? But Tim Kaysen's back there. Got to make a play.
Remember, Clarkston, last drive, Rube, started at their own 9. Got all the way down and then had it picked in the end zone. This one started at their own 9 as well. There's an inside give. There's nothing there for a cutback lane at all.
Blake Rian. We've seen him on the defensive side of the football, number 24, coming in as a linebacker. Spelling Ian Erickson a little bit. After the long catch and then the run. But I like Shep is I didn't see Ian Erickson tapping him, so they just pulled him. The coaches knew. He wasn't saying, take me out. They just kind of, maybe they saw the last running play. He didn't have a lot of gas left in the tank because they definitely getting their money's worth out of him right now.
He's back in there now. He's a different kind of runner. Effective, but just
slashy.
different.
Yeah. He's
3rd down and 9. Big play for Clarkston. Trying to get to CC territory. They'll do it through the air. And a sliding grab at the 45-yard line. Austin Egler called it in.
Going to be about maybe a foot short or so, though. But I think the way you've been running the ball, and look at that, just was underthrown, did a good job getting his hands underneath and picking it up. But the way you've been running the ball if you're Clarkston, I have a Division I running back in my backfield, and I look at my offensive front, I'm 245, 230, 240, 255, and 297. I'm getting a foot. And this is why those big guys do squats and bench all winter long.
It is Erickson, and it is a 1st down.
And they won up front, Matt. Erickson didn't get much after contact, but the beauty for Clarkston was contact didn't take place to about a yard on the other side of the line of scrimmage. You're going to see really good push up front. Let it go. Watch how they move the line of scrimmage. So when he comes in the middle, he's over the 1st down marker before first contact.
He's the first one to credit his offensive line, too. Last week when he had that monster game against Carman Ainsworth, 355 yards, 6 touchdowns, 44 carries. By the way, all career highs. First people he congratulated and gave credit to in the press was his offensive line. We'll give it a go again. Squeezed through a tiny hole and got to the 37. That's a really good run right there.
What happens in the zone, you want to try to take it to the edge, but you're going to watch a contain come up, let it go in the outside zone play. Really, he has no choice but to turn it up. Ryan gets up the field, forcing the cutback. Ideally, if you're running the zone play, you want Ian Erickson to be able to run that ball flat and keep going down the line of scrimmage and pick the city.
Even though these two teams put up a lot of numbers, their defense is really what they're built upon. And both fan bases understand that, and they appreciate just how tough of a game it has been so far. A scoreless game, Clarkston on the march. Zazula throws, and that's a rocket inside the 30 to Shane Holla. 21st catch of the season for the junior.
Well, Shane Holler, all he's going to run is a little bit of a curl. We saw this early on. They run him off inside, and they just run a curl on the outside. And he didn't have to holler at his quarterback to get that one, Shep, and that's what you want. Not get greedy, move the chains.
Sure.
DJ Zazula,
what's the saying?
on point.
What's the saying, Rubes? Take what the defense gives you. In that situation, it's apropos. Zazula with a nice pocket, lofting for the side. And it almost looked like he was indecisive. Did he want Watlington or did he want Case? And both.
Well, Case broke off his route. He ran a deep out. And Watlington was down the field. But as the play breaks down, I think Kayson's right. He's going to be here. He's going to run an out. Let it go. But as the play breaks down and he doesn't get the ball here, he decides, well, quarterback just turned up the field. And I think Zazula was on the same page. I just don't think he got enough on the football. That's just an ad-lib by Kayson.
Stops the clock with 41 seconds remaining in the half. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Empty backfield for DJ Zazula. That's Erickson in motion. Stop and go on the right. Doesn't like what he sees, so he'll run for it and dive to the 21. Needed to get to the 18 for a first down. And a timeout for Kurt Richardson and the Wolves.
Well, they went with the double move, Shep. They had Kayson all by himself. Kayson on the backside right here. He's going to let it go. He's going to do double move. He's going to run a little curl. Bach bites, and then he goes by him. But Bach opened up pretty quick. It was there. I think Kayson knows it. The problem was the pressure was also arriving at the same time as Kayson was breaking free. And DJ Zazula, instead of making that throw, just decided to run it and get what he could.
Let's see how these two teams got to Ford Field here. Clarkston having no problem with Flint Carman Ainsworth. Catholic Central really shook off some demons to beat Cass Tech last week, 28-zip. That snapped the Technicians' 18-game winning streak. And a satisfying and gratifying win for the Shamrocks. The last couple of years, disappointments losing in the state finals to the Technicians. But Tom Mack said, we didn't overemphasize the winning factor. Our kids had to deal with it. Made some mistakes that caused us to lose. We rededicated ourselves, and now we're back. And he also said after both losses, they had great banquets, and the kids talked about how they learned from those losses. Clarkston has dominated this quarter on offense. This is a 3rd down and 3. Zazula will throw, fires, and it is broken up.
No, he caught
Austin
that.
Egler held on. What great concentration by the 6'3" junior. That's a really hard catch. Clock winding down.
Wow.
Erickson hustles on.
You know, Shep, I thought the same thing. I thought that ball came out.
Under 20 seconds to go in the half. Zazula for the end zone. Touchdown! Shane Holler.
We're going to get a look. They're just going to run an out route with the slot right here. And they're going to run behind Holler on the post. All right, let it go. We see the out route, the post. The safety jumps the out and opens up the middle of the field just enough. That's a well-thrown ball because the coverage by Cat Kick was pretty good. He's there. As I always say, Shep, perfectly executed offense will be good defense.
Shane Hines on for the extra point. Joe Pop, the holder. Griff Barta, the long snapper. And Clarkston with 13 seconds left. They missed the extra point. Leads 6-0.
Wow, that's a surprise because he's outstanding kicker now. This is
54-56 for Shane Hines. That's just his 3rd miss all year long.
And in a game like this where points are at a premium, that could be huge. But what a drive. 91 yards, 17 plays. And Austin Egler, you know, this is a key. This is just unbelievable. The key play of the drive, they need 4 or 5 yards. The defense was right there.
Yeah, that right
ball was
forearm
thrown.
from David Wright is going through the ball, and he held on. And then here's the touchdown pass.
Not too hard, not too soft, just perfect. And Shane Holler and Egler, between the two of them, and from Zazula, they make some big receptions in that drive. And to score with 13 seconds left, but put that extra point in your back pocket, Shep. In a game right now like this, it's so close, it could really be a big factor at the end.
Usually when you get to this level, there's not a whole lot that separates two teams. It's the little things. We saw it in Division 7. We saw the turnovers. There were 4 turnovers by Loyola. And what happens?
Well, that was their undoing.
Yeah, no, they're undoing, yeah. But sometimes it's those little things. There's a little thing with that extra point. Zach Bach and Mitch Cat Kick are back to receive this Shane Hines kickoff.
Clarkston's really represented here, Jay, aren't they? Look at the crowd on this side.
Remember, they get the football to start the second half, too. Good kickoff. Into the end zone. Will kickoff.
Well, you're CC and head coach Tom Mack, 13 seconds on your own 20-yard line, or 25. Where's high school? 20. Do you take a shot? I think I just take a knee. I don't get too greedy here and throw a pick. You're too deep. This is a man that I wouldn't call real carefree or careless to begin with an offense. And you looked at his offense, he's pretty conservative. Yeah, he's not. So I just think he'd take a knee and regroup at halftime and get ready for the second half.
On the ground, Holton. No, that's Bach. And wrestled backwards. Stay with us at the half. Wait till you see the story about Temperance Bedford. It's about family. It's about strength. It's about staying together. We'll have our first half highlights and statistics. And, of course, a sneak peek of the 2 state championship games that are forthcoming here on Fox Sports Detroit. Catholic Central can't carry over the timeout, so why not use one more with 5 ticks remaining in the opening half. We'll hear from Kurt Richardson, the head coach of Clarkston, before they hit their locker room.
There's a small sampling of the Clarkston faithful that made the trip down about 40 miles, I think it said. Down I-75, the home of Mickey York, our buddy at Fox Sports Detroit. Dan Dickerson, the voice of the Tigers. I mean, we are Clarkston laden up here, but there's no bias in this booth because I'm from Newberry.
Should be the final play of the half. And a nice job by Holton to pad his stats a little bit. But overall, you saw those statistics heavily in favor of the Clarkston Wolves.
Well, Clarkston was able to put it in their final drive of the first half. Zazula hooking up early on with Ian Erickson makes a nice play, keeping his feet in bounds. And then once again, Ian Erickson on the inside game on a big fourth down was able to get the yard. And then Zazula hooking up on the outside with Egler. And then going into the end zone, finding Shane Holler for the touchdown. And that's how we're going to end it here. And we're going to end it down with Coach Richardson, down with Shannon Hogan.
Coach, great first half for Clarkston. You guys, this is your first time at Ford Field on the big stage, but didn't seem like the nerves were getting to you guys at all. What did you like about that first half of your team?
We weathered the storm. That first series they had, and they were pounding us, and we weathered the storm there, and I think the kids got their feet underneath them. And so, I think we're fine now.
What would you like to see the rest of the way?
About 4 more touchdowns for us and none for them.
Okay, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck. Guys.
I don't know if that's going to happen, Shannon, but he can hope for it, that's for sure. His team leads 6-0. The missed extra point. The defense has made some big plays. Ian Erickson had some big runs, and a key touchdown pass from Zazula to Holler has everybody in Clarkston hollering state championship. Tight one in Division I. Catholic Central needs a comeback to boast their 11th state championship. Their head coach, Tom Mack, is with our own Shannon Hogan. Shannon?
Coach, what do you think is the biggest key for your team the second half of this game?
Right now we have to quit making mistakes. We're hurting ourselves on some of the pass plays. And I think defensively we have to do a better job of wrapping up their tacklers and playing pass coverage. And it's very important for us to stop them on this first drive, I think. Give us some momentum into the second half.
All right, thanks so much for your time. Good luck with the rest of the game.
Okay, thank you.
Shep, I'll send it back up to you.
Shannon, thanks. The second half is right around the corner. Catholic Central down by a touchdown. We'll see what they can do with it against this tough Clarkston club when we return Ford Field after this. I guess it goes with Division I. You figure they will be slugfests more than anything else. This had that feel going in. Rob Rubik, we haven't been disappointed. These are two very physical clubs that make their living on the ground primarily.
They do, and it's going to come down to who doesn't make the errors, and ultimately in the end of the game, who doesn't get the turnover with the short field. The kicking game, we already saw it come into play a little bit. And who knows what this second half until it unfolds, but the good news for the Wolves is after that long drive that basically ended the first half, they're going to receive the ball to start the second half and kind of keep that offense rolling like they were.
Zach Bach will kick it away. Ian Erickson and Kane Watlington are back deep as dual safeties for Clarkston. 12-1, lost the opening week to Adams 12-7, and redeemed themselves with a regional final win over Adams 56-28. So they've taken care of business just fine. Their coach Kurt Richardson feels like they are peaking at the right time. Really good kick by Bach. Each team has possessed the ball only 3 times. Well, CC 4 times, but it was
the last one we don't count that.
Seconds, right. So there's the punt, the interception where they drove it deep into CC territory, and then the touchdown that capped off a wonderfully crafted 91-yard drive.
But, with only 3 possessions, still they're able to get off 31 plays. That's pretty good. There's a stat that neither of us care for. It really doesn't matter.
It's just
not how long you have, it's what you do with it.
Right. DJ Zazula is the quarterback for Clarkston. He has trips to his right. Ian Erickson is to his left shoulder and gets the first call. No, it's Zazula swimming his way to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. David Wright on the tackle.
Well, you can see you can't be fooled by the ball faking. Watch, you can see it goes right, but look at the guard coming left, so you know that's where Zazula let it go. He's going to come right through the hole, and that's where Zazula is going to come with it. Linebacker Jenkins steps up inside. And if you're a linebacker, read your keys. Guard will take you to the ball more times than not. Not a lot of false pulling in high school level.
The guard's head stays down. It's a run. If it pops up, it's usually a pass. 2nd and 5 for Clarkston on their first possession of the third. Erickson drilled as he squeezed through the hole. David Wright with his second consecutive tackle, but Jordan Jenkins is down. Is he holding his shoulder?
Collarbone maybe, huh? Neck. I mean, there was a pretty violent collision between Jordan Jenkins and Ian Erickson. You could hear it on our sidelines.
Jenkins has been big over.
Yeah, he has. He's played a solid game, and maybe he can get the win. That I don't know. What if he took a helmet to the neck? Watch Chris Trevor, big number 50. Just manning up a little bit, and Jenkins doing his best. And really, it was Wright that took the blunt. Wright took the blunt of the blow there. Jenkins, it came, maybe he got a leg whip or something into the neck.
Yeah, I couldn't tell there. But their linebackers for Catholic Central have been very good. It was enough for a first down for Clarkston. They'll stay on the ground with Erickson. Cut it up and go past the 35.
This was one of the few outside zone plays we've seen where I really think this was going to pop because they did a better job on the edge. You can see out here, it looks like they're going to have the edge contained. Let it go. And once they have that, then when the containment, the safety comes up, that Wright came flying up, number 43. It opened up a nice lane, and geez, Erickson just stumbles going through.
Yeah, we've seen some guys unable to really keep their balance today.
He tripped over his own man that time, and that was over Watlington.
2nd and 5. Erickson again. Ripped down at the 40-yard line. Jack.
A little face mask. Yeah. Sorry, Shep, but right around the old neck. Hand was on the mask, and you see about 77 maize and blue jerseys on the sideline all cheering. We're going to look, pause it right there, and it's coming across the face, and then he grabbed, oh yeah, you can see when that, and then again there, I think he got a double dipped him.
5-yard penalty, first down.
I think it's, it's inadvertent, but the first time it looks like he had him in the collar almost, and then the second one came across the face. So it was kind of pick and choose for the officials.
Just messed up my hair. I mean, I love working with you, but everything is a hands-on shit.
Here, do it to mine.
No, that's okay. It's a little difficult. Blake Rehan is in for Ian Erickson. He gets the nod. Found a hole. Oh, he took a punishing hit and delivered it to the 45. Should be enough for another first down. Wow. That kid's strong run right there. David Wright made the tackle.
Matt, you played quarterback in high school, and you've watched running backs your entire life. We're going to get to hear what it sounds like. But every coach you ever played for, to your running backs, what do you always tell them when you get hit on first contact? What are you supposed to do? Keep your legs going. And that's a classic example of why you do. Blake Rehan did it, and he picked up another 5 yards after contact.
He's the backup for crying out loud. Erickson is back in there on a 1st and 10. A draw. Erickson out of bounds. Right around the 40.
Erickson out of bounds at the 40.
The other thing that what you're doing here, if you're Clarkston, is you're keeping the hands out of guys like number 16 in white, Zach Bach. I mean, he's a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. 5 rushing touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns, a kickoff return, 2 defensive touchdowns for the good-looking senior, but he hasn't been able to make those plays. 2nd down and 5. Missoula still has it. Broke a tackle, almost broke free from another. They're just a couple of arm tackles broken from breaking big runs. The broadcast of this game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Fox Sports Detroit. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Fox Sports Detroit. 3rd and 2 now.
3rd down and 2. This set, we've seen them with the offset fullback run the zone, outside zone to the right. See if they go with Ian Erickson.
They do, to the right. Cuts it up, breaks free, and he is home free.
But sometimes you can get a read by formation, and you can see how Clarkston, they like to get one guy to the play side ahead when they run the outside zone, and they did that just by offsetting the fullback. We're going to look right here. You see him offset a little bit, and then they let it go. Nice kick out by Chewins. Good lead block also. Inside. Then he looks behind him. Is anyone going to catch me? A little peek to the inside? I don't think so.
Maybe a little peek on the big board, too.
Well, Matt, I had an opportunity to watch Ian Erickson a couple of times during the course of the season. This is your first opportunity. Is he living up to what you thought you would see?
Yeah, he's a really tough running back. I love the way he carries the football. For the 2-point conversion. Runs into Roney. All kinds of problems. But it's 12-0 Clarkston. Ian Erickson is having himself a day. You can see why he's one of the best in the business. And he's giving the Wolves a 2-touchdown advantage. Ian Erickson had 19 touchdowns during the season. He added one here. Those are his numbers against Catholic Central. I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised that he's got that many yards. Right?
There is. I want you to watch this. This is an offensive lineman, number 45, Carter Litton, put in. And watch this lead block right there. Just stands up. Number 42, Ryan McGilvery for CC. And that is the key block. And Erickson showing a little bit of good top-end speed. Zach Bob couldn't run him down. Clarkston now with a 12-0 tenuous lead, I would call it still.
Really good kickoff. We've seen two good kickers here. Shane Hines, even though he missed that one extra point. Drilled it. Took him a little bit more than 3.5 minutes to go 80 yards. And Ian Erickson busted loose from 37 yards out.
Only 22 offensive plays the entire first half. And 2 of those, as we said, were just on a basically take a knee type of drive. So only 20 offensive plays, 3 possessions. There were some things available, though, in the passing game.
Yeah.
And I really think if Sean Burney can just rein it in a little bit, they're going to be able to make some plays.
Well, you heard Kurt Richardson talk with Shannon Hogan at the half. We settled down. That first drive for Catholic Central was very impressive, but they came up empty. Now they'll try again, and there's nothing doing on the left side because Don Monson stuffed the hole as well as you can, telling Connor Holton try again.
This is a loosey-goosey type of team. I always ask the coaches, is your team cerebral? How would you characterize it? Emotional? And Coach Richardson said, "No, what? We're just a loosey-goosey." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "These kids come out, they know their detail, they know their job, they want to have fun. They have fun when they practice, they have fun when they play. They're not a slappy type of team. They're just a team that enjoys playing football." Well, you know, Kurt Richardson, what a nice job having a chance to visit with him this week, Shep. Just one of the 37 years in the business.
Bach to the edge. Had a little trouble with that handoff. Catholic Central is trying to gain some momentum. You think there is momentum in a game, or at least in an offensive series. They have not been able to do that. Big third down for Tom Mack's club. They got 6 to go. Sean Burney.
You see a lot of the big ones are going out. You see Roney going out of the game right now. They're bringing in a little bit quicker players.
They really haven't involved Roney that much, and he was a major force last week. Catholic Central looking for their first third down conversion win, including the postseason. They were good on 49% of those this year. Burney rolling And he's tracked down for a sack. Ian Erickson makes the defensive play of the day as well.
Ian Erickson doing it on both sides of the football. CC's going to run a little bit of a boot pass. So what they're going to do is they're going to pull the left guard right here, run it. That's Alex Galeas. He's going to try to seal the corner. But Erickson uses his hands well and then just uses his speed. You don't expect offensive linemen to be able to stay up and stay on, 190-pound running backs that are fast. You like the opportunity to bury them. But in that case, Ian Erickson does a good job using his feet, using his hands, and making the sack.
You see the 3 sacks today, and this is about field position. Clarkston should get it back in a very good spot. Although there is a flag on the play.
Dead ball. Coach on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Illegal motion call against Tom Max Shamrock. The thing you talked about earlier, Tim Kaysen, he's that gifted wide receiver. He's the punt returner. He hasn't really been involved in the offense.
No, and if you're Clarkston, you're thinking that's positive because they have 12 points. They've controlled the ball. And your number 2 weapon really hasn't been involved in the offense, Shep, as you just said.
This is returnable for sure. Already into CC territory. And down at about the...
Whoa, that's going to be 15. Ooh, man. That was a little suspect there.
43-yard punt, 10-yard return for Kaysen. Well, FoxSportsDetroit.com has you covered for all the latest news and information, including interviews, highlights, videos, fan forums, and exclusives on the Tigers, the Red Wings, the Pistons, the Lions. Anything you want, they've got it. Go to FoxSportsDetroit.com. Your only stop for all things Detroit sports, FoxSportsDetroit.com. 4 games on our air yesterday, 4 games on our air today. This is the second of those 4. Ishpeming won the Division 7 state championship earlier today. Now Clarkston in their first crack at it. Throwing, Kaysen with the catch at the 30. And then dragged down at the 29-yard line. Zazula had all kinds of time. And to his credit, Kaysen came back to his quarterback.
He did come back to the ball. And he bailed his quarterback out, who was feeling the pressure of the CC rush. I just chuckle a little bit when Kaysen catches the ball. He's not sure what to do with it. Good job stepping up in the pocket. He does take a hit, but he trusts his lineman. Kaysen goes up, and right here, he just got to dance. Whoa. I'm going to get out of here. I see a lot of white jerseys to the inside. I'm going to run to the safe haven, and that's the sideline.
Give him 13. Erickson. It's a big drive for Catholic Central, more so than it is for Clarkston, I think. I mean, they have to stop them here, don't you think?
Yeah, if you allow a touchdown, now you'd be behind 3 scores. If you go home to a field goal, that keeps it a 2-score and a 2-point conversion with the extra kick. It keeps you within reach a little bit more, but you allow them to get a touchdown here. And you look at the Wolves becoming a little bit more of a running team, more balanced during the course of the year. You see the 57 rushes because of the, not I would say blizzard-like condition, but Antarctic temperature type of conditions they had last Saturday. But a little more balanced this week.
Well, they scored touchdowns on their first 5 possessions last week in the win over Flint Carman Ainsworth. Erickson gets to the 15, another first down. They're just chewing them up and spitting them out now. A gain of 12 for the Wolves.
Well, they're leaning on you. When I say they're leaning on you, they're leaning. We're talking the big fellas up front, Trimmer, Linton, Barta, Matic, and Matic. These big offensive linemen, they're just getting helmet on helmet, getting pushed, knocking people down. It gets tiring as a defensive lineman. I mean, you have to take on that beef every play. You got to try to float. You're trying to disengage, Shep, and then you're running to the ball each and every play.
Timeout on the field with about 5 minutes left to go in the third. Clarkston established. Clarkston up 12-0, 1st and 10 on the march. Ball resting at the Catholic Central 15-yard line. Erickson breaking free and lunging inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if Chris Trimmer, the right tackle, is going to pull, we're going to look a little comparison here what this young man's doing. You're going to see number 50 come right at you here. And Ian Erickson says, get out of my way or I'm going to run you over too, even though you're on my own team. And last week we saw a lot of the same against Carman Ainsworth. Ian Erickson on the zone play, taking it up into the end zone once, taking it up into the end zone twice. And can you say thrice here, Shep? Once again, it looks like the same play, and this is 3 touchdowns out of his 6 for the day.
355 yards on 44 carries. They only ran the ball 47 times. Erickson for a second touchdown, just shy. Jack Van Acker prevented the touchdown for CC.
You look what CC is seeing right here, and you're seeing some speed, some balance. He likes to deliver the blow, and I think sometimes too much. He's 185 pounds, and when he moves on to the next level next year and plays collegiate football, there's a lot of big bodies over there that really want to. He's got to learn, I think, when to deliver the blow. Not every time you try to have to run someone over, but he plays physical.
And he's got another touchdown.
Well, he's had enough tough runs today, many. This time he gets a little bit of an easy one, scamper into the end zone, just takes it to the edge. It's designed to go inside. He bounces it outside and really waltzes into the end zone. That's 18 for Clarkston. They're going to go for 2 here, Shep.
The left side of his offense, really his entire offense.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
You're right. I mean,
because they're pulling all the time.
They are so good.
They're athletic and they're big, and they can get out in front and.
Got to give him a lot of credit. Erickson gets a lot of the headlines, but those guys up front are maulers. Zazula will keep it himself, but failed to get it. They've gone for 2-3 times and failed each time, but they'll take the 18-0 lead right now because their defense has been so good from really CC's first drive on.
They absolutely have been, and number 25, the man you're looking at, is one of the big reasons. Ian Erickson doing on the defensive side of the ball with the sack. And then offensively as a receiver getting on the field on the wheel route with a one-handed catch. And then we see the burst he has in the running game. This is a very good zone runner, Shep. We talked about it in the pregame. He sees it, he can press it, he has that cutback ability, and he has the speed to take it and to finish off plays. He's a nice weapon to have.
Sure is.
And you know what? They say he's a better kid than he is a football player as well.
Kurt Richardson is his head coach. More on Clarkston's head coach is Shannon Hogan. Shannon?
High school graduate. Coach Richardson is a graduate from Clarkston. He has been there for more than 31 years, you guys, and he had his 200th win this fall, was inducted in the Michigan High School Football Association Coaches Hall of Fame. And once they decided found out they were actually going to be here at Ford Field, he said, being a hometown boy, it is so special. He had so many texts and calls from the players and the whole community. This is really a community event for Clarkston. Their first time here at Ford Field in the state finals.
Yeah, I drove through there the other day, and everywhere you go in Clarkston, you see the Wolves represented properly with the school colors, the logo, the well wishes, and they are out in full force today, that's for sure. They are representing that city beautifully here at Ford Field Saturday. Ian Erickson, 10 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the third quarter alone. Zach Bach involved in the CC offense on a quick slant that gets him to about the 32. Catholic Central doesn't throw the ball a whole lot, Rob Rubik, but now that they're down 18, they almost have to.
They've had guys open. I mean, Bernie missed a few in the first half, but I tell you, Zach Bach, I guess I didn't know enough or see enough of CC during the course of the year. I view him now, after watching this game, almost more as a receiver, Shep, than a running back. He's been, the plays he's been making, catching the ball here today, getting open. He's a nice dual threat.
Led the team in receptions during the regular season. Last year against Castac, 6 rocks, 91 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Last weekend, 106 yards and a score. And the win over the Technicians. 3-step drop for Bernie. A little dump off, but not much room for Ryan McGivelry. They have not, as we mentioned, gotten Dylan Roney involved that much, and he is one of those big hosses at 6'2", 230 that is tough to handle.
That's Jacob Armstrong. Number 21 came up with a nice play. We haven't called his name a lot, but along in the back end with Canada and Kaysen and Watlington, they've done a nice job.
CC surrendered only 24 third quarter points all year. They've surrendered 12 in this state championship game already. Bernie wants to throw on second and long. He's got a pocket, he's got a lane, and he will run for the first down and more and get into Clarkston territory.
Well, Clarkston really wants, you're going to see, we're going to run a wheel, they're going to clear here, they're going to get this guy up and down the side, but there's nothing there, let it go. Actually, the middle guy and the wheel, nothing's there, but Bernie realizes that, gets up the field with running the routes down the field in the trip formation shift. You're running the secondary off. It opened up a big lane in the middle. Nice job. Look, showed some quicks.
Got good speed. Double tight set. Throwing again. This time incomplete, nearly picked off by Tim Casey. He makes that shoestring grab. He's gone.
A little uncharacteristic for Zach Bach. This is a well-thrown ball from Bernie in the first half. Bernie was missing. Now this half, that ball goes right through the hands of Bach, and Kaysen was about 1.5 feet short of picking that up and probably pick 6 going the other way. I love the kids can see themselves up in the scoreboard too. Some of the teachers, I don't know if they've just spent an hour or two of practice in the week before they come here of how to locate yourself on the scoreboard, but they seem to do it pretty well.
2nd and 10 for the Shamrocks. Bernie to throw again. Blitz comes, he delivers, and it is caught by Alex Bach. And a first down. Really good throw. That's a tough throw and a flag on the play. That's a really tough throw to make when you roll into your left and you're a right-handed quarterback.
Yep. Might be coming back, though. Here's Shep. It's on the defense.
Personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Added to the end of the run. First down.
That's a big play. I thought it might be coming back because it was thrown not where the pass was from, but it did come from the white hat in the back. So he threw it. I don't know. There's a look at Beto. I don't know if he's the guilty party or not, but the bottom line is it's a well-thrown ball, nice catch, and now they're going to tack 15 more onto it. So this is going to be a huge play. Look how he squares his shoulders up, fundamentally sound. He's a right-handed quarterback. Go to your left, get it square, and let it go.
That's a big penalty because you get a chance to score here before the end of the third. It shows you how important that touchdown was on the last drive for Clarkston with the way Catholic Central. This is the furthest they have been in Clarkston territory since the opening drive of the contest. Man coverage on the left side. Doesn't matter. They go up the box. And inside the 5-yard line for Connor Holton.
One of the better openings we've seen so far between the tackles for CC and Connor Holton. That's just a straight ahead run by CC. No pulling, no trapping, just man on man. Get a little bit of push, and Connor Holton with some speed. Nice 9-yard gain on first down.
2nd down and 1. Catholic Central's taking their time. Considering the way Clarkston has been able to possess the football when they have it, a little surprised at the lack of urgency. Roney slicing his way, gets the first down, and to the 2-yard line for the big fullback. I mentioned in the first half how he's going to the Naval Academy, wants to be a Marine. Tom Mack said he's the kind of guy who epitomizes what Catholic Central football is all about. The toughness, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. How to bounce back from things, how to battle through adversity in games. It's quite a compliment that he gave to his senior fullback and defensive end. He gets the call again, and he will score. Catholic Central is on the board.
You set it up. I think it's going to be Dylan Roney coming right up the middle of the 230-pound back. Just power football, nothing fancy for CC. This is Tom Mack's trademark. We're going to line up. We're going to come at you, and that's what they did. Really nice job in that entire drive of being physical up front and allowing their running backs to capitalize on their physical play.
Now the extra point for Zach Bach. Helps to have that in your back pocket. Dylan Roney converts his 9th rushing touchdown of the year, and just like that, the Shamrocks are within 11. Shannon Hogan.
Hey guys, you might notice if you're watching this game right now in Catholic Central's student section, the 33 that is outlined by the boys. Also, all the shirts saying all in for 33. Let's flash back to last year, the week after they were here at the state finals. A sophomore middle linebacker, David Wadzinski, passed away, you guys. He had 18 tackles against that Cass Tech team. He had a heart defect, had no idea it happened, passed away. It has been a really rough road for CC, but they wanted to dedicate this season to him and his memory, and that's kind of been one of the driving forces for their season so far.
Yeah, they still have him on the roster. Shannon, he is part of this state championship game roster. They've gone through adversity. April 16th, Bob Cipriano and his wife and their son were brutally assaulted. On December 3rd, Wadzinski, just 16 years young, died in his sleep of that heart arrhythmia. And then on October 2nd, senior Matt Chiricho suffered a spinal cord injury playing for a Michigan Development Hockey League team. So they're fighting through an awful lot on a game like this and in a season like this. Big return for Clarkston's Kane Watlington out close to the 30-yard line. 18-7, Clarkston alongside Shannon Hogan, my partner Rob Rubik, our entire Fox Sports Detroit crew. I'm Matt Shepard. We're glad you're with us on what is always a special weekend. The weekend right after Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoyed your holiday, and we hope you enjoyed the 5 games we've brought to you so far in this championship weekend. This is number 6 with 7 and 8 to come at 4:30 and 7:30 respectively. Almost the end of the 3rd here. Clarkston, a touchdown in the opening half, 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. And Ian Erickson gets a few yards. Chris Okoye, the senior defensive tackle, 6'6", 320, makes the tackle.
You know, Matt, watching this Clarkston offense, I think another reason that Ian Erickson is considered one of the best runners in the state of Michigan this year is the ability to run between the tackles. He's not afraid to run that inside handoff, the trap play inside, besides running the zone outside. He shows some durability, and that's what makes him a special back.
Helps when you trust your linemen. Each sideline will raise the number 4 to the rafters. They need this 4th quarter. Clarkston has the lead by 11. We saw 19 points scored in the 3rd quarter alone. It has been emotional, it has been physical, and it has been well played. We head to the 4th with Division I bragging rights on the line when we come back to Ford Field after this. As Catholic Central's student section says, great day to be a Shamrock. It's not a bad day to be a Clarkston Wolf either. It's 18-7. Clarkston in front. Looking for more. DJ Zazula. He'll run for it. And he will hop his way for a first down. We saw a scoreless first quarter. Then we saw Clarkston score a touchdown, miss the extra point in the 2nd. 19 points scored in the 3rd, and here's our statistics through 3 quarters.
And, you know, Clarkston basically doubling up CC, but that is a big stat right there. 7 of 9. When you can convert like that on 3rd down, you can stay on the field and you can ultimately put points on the board. But you put yourself in some good 3rd down situations. Obviously, a lot of 3rd and shorts, and that's because you have a back like Ian Erickson and a quarterback like DJ Zazula making plays on 1st and 2nd down.
I think this is a really impressive response so far from Clarkston. When you just think that CC has a little bit momentum, Clarkston responds with a couple of first downs and some big plays, and Erickson up the belly. Dragging tacklers past the 45 to the 47. Chris Okoye is 6'6", 320, and Ian Erickson at a $190 just carried him a few yards.
If you look at Ian Erickson, don't be deceived by his slight build. A 350-pound bencher. I found that out definitely, and that's a straight truth. A couple of different coaches told me that. Very, very strong, good squat man too. Big into the weight room, and that's a large man tugging on you now. You look at Christopher Okoye, 6'6", 320. Wow. We didn't have any of those kids in Newberry when I was playing.
What are you saying? He's no hummingbird.
No, he's no hummingbird.
Out of the gun, Zazula. Erickson again. Good closing speed by Jack Van Acker. They read it, and they committed quickly. He and Michael Schmitz prevented a big play on the edge.
Well, Ian Erickson tries to set up. We're going to watch it come this way. He's going to do a little dip here and then try to go back out. Let it go. And you're going to see what happens. He's going to do a little bit of a dip right there, and then he tries to go outside, but too much speed, too many white shirts in position to make the play. It's worked a few times, not that time. Loses a couple yards, puts the Wolves into a 3rd down and 6, and huge play in this game.
Trips to the right of Zazula. He'll look that way and throw and connect for a 1st down. Shane Holler, who has 1 touchdown catch on the day, with a massive 1st down grab there.
And they're just going to run Holler on a little bit of a slant route. He's going to be out here. He's going to come in. They're going to run out here. Let it go. And Holler's going to run in on the slant right behind. Actually, a double slant. I missed that one. It was the out on the inside receiver. Neat. They run both receivers on the outside step on a double slant, kind of a 2-tiered. And they run the arrow route with the inside guy, and it pulls the outside linebacker out of the way so you can throw the slant behind it.
It's also a very easy read for a quarterback.
Yes, it is. Pretty simple. That linebacker leaves, throw the slant behind it.
1st and 10 now. Wolves looking for more, and they go to the ground attack. CC was waiting for it. Chris Mykoff, 6'6", 250. Read it all the way.
It's almost time that the Wolves come out on 1st down, run a little play action. I think Clarkston, or rather CC, ganging up a lot in the run game, bring a lot of people up, playing run first. So if you're Clarkston, you want to keep them honest, do a little play action on 1st down and try to get over the top of the 7-8 guys in the box.
Tom Mack told us, a little concerned watching the film on this Clarkston club. They're tough. They can bang it inside. They can spread you out. Got to keep the ball away from them. They haven't been able to do that today. Empty backfield for Zazula on a 2nd and 10. Good pocket. Seam route. Wide open. Watlington. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Well, you talk about a balanced offense. They're going to bring Watlington. They're twins each way, and I'm going to show you what he's going to do. They're going to bring him in motion. Then he's just going to go inside to the post. They're going to run out here. Let it go. He just goes and gets lost. Erickson draws the attention of 2 defenders right here. And also, look at the back gets turned. Inside, it was number 10. That was Van Acker. That's a respect that Ian Erickson brings you. You run him. You got 3 white shirts. Look at him, and Watlington just goes in motion, runs a skinny post.
Now the extra point for Shane Hines. Missed his only other attempt earlier today. The lead is back to 18. Perfect protection for DJ Zazula. He read the defense, and he found a wide open Kane Watlington. And the Wolves are closing in. Clarkston's done a nice job of mixing it up. Last week, in the wind and the cold, they didn't have to throw the ball. Today, they've had to, and they've taken advantage of it.
They've done just that. That's coaching, if you ask me. The way to adapt to conditions, adapt to your opponent, tweak your game plan, maximize your players' abilities. They've done all of that here today.
Richardson is trying his best to stay stoic. You know what's going through his mind and what's in his gut right now as a Clarkston grad, a man who's been on that sidelines for 27 years, unable to sniff this opportunity, and now it's so close you can taste it.
First down.
MHSAA.tv will have live streaming coverage of the post-game press conference from this Division I title battle, and you'll also find an archive of all this weekend's championship games. Get bonus coverage of the football finals at MHSAA.tv. Oh, they got that sign, Believe. Trust me, there's a lot of people who have become believers of Clarkston today, if they hadn't been believers already. Sean Burney needs a touchdown drive, and he needs it quickly. Because as much as the Wolves' defense is his opponent, so is the Ford Field clock. They were going to go for the hook and ladder. Alex Bach on the curl. He was going to toss it back to Zach. Ready to cover the fumble.
It's going to be the hook and ladder coming up here. They're going to run a little, and he's going to try to pitch it. Good defense. You see Zach Bach, as you said, coming behind his brother Alex. But too much coverage too quickly on the part of Canada.
Good job breaking on the ball. You talk about that. Committing breaking on the football. Bernie to throw. Deep for Bach. He had him open, too. He had more than a step. On Jacob
I like Zach Bach. We're going to take a look here. I'm going to highlight him. He's going to be right here in the slot. He's going to make down a little bit of a corner move and right to the post. Let it go. He's got a little bit of shake in his routes. Got a little shake. Cut underneath. He does everything with quickness. He's open, and once again,
he runs good routes.
He does. I think he's more of a college slot receiver than I see him as a college running back.
You and I saw Cody Wilson a lot at Central.
Yes.
Zach Bach's a little bit bigger, but
I like him.
Runs really good routes. 3rd down and 7 in a must-make for the Shamrocks. To throw again. Crossing route. Bach with a nice grab to the 36. He is a player. There's no question. Picked up 14. Tom Mack, if you missed our broadcast earlier, said he's one of the best athletes he's ever had at Catholic Central, and they've had a ton of them. Zach Bach in the same realm of a guy like a Casey Rogowski, who was an all-state champion wrestler and football player, and drafted in Major League Baseball. A guy like Mark Messner, who played at the University of Michigan.
Anthony D'Arcangelo. There was another one that we got to watch.
Yeah.
God bless him. I call him Anthony Dark Anthony one year.
It's all right.
Yeah.
As long as you call him the state champion, and you did. Bernie on another throw and another grab by Bach. Past the 45 to the 46-yard line. Now, here's what a lot of Shamrock fans are saying to themselves right now. Where was this earlier?
Well, where it wasn't available because the Clarkston defense is playing different right now. They know they're protecting an 18-point lead. They're going to keep everything in front of them, which means slants, curls, hooks, all that stuff. There's going to be open. They're going to let you catch it. They're going to close and limit to 4 or 5 yards, Shep, and let the clock continue to run. Now, under 7 minutes and counting.
Are you surprised there's not more of a little bit of a hurry up?
More urgency? Yeah. But this is a team that urgency isn't really part of their repertoire. They're not forcing the urgency very often. Double throw, double pass.
It's a double pass. They're looking for Van Acker. And they threw it away. Zach Bach threw it.
Well, Coach Mack's trying to pulling everything out of his hat here. We saw the hook and ladder attempt. Now we're going to see the double pass. When it frees in the beginning, the pass can come right out here. And then Zach Bach, I think he wants to go to the crossing route, coming across all the way here. I'm drawing a lot. Keep going. I feel like one of those artists on PBS right now, just slashing everywhere on TV. I couldn't keep up with our people in the truck, but yeah, it was a double pass. Get it outside, get the depth so it's illegal, and then hit the crossing route coming from the weak side. Well defended.
Watch Dylan Roney here, and that's who gets the call and breaks to the second level, spun around in Clarkston territory. To Clarkston's credit, they have been able to take at least one of those CC offensive weapons, Dylan Roney, out of the game plan because they've been forcing the Shamrocks into throwing situations.
You dictate by defense, and that's when you win. And it's the same thing offensively. If you can run the football, you can do play action. So you have to establish something on one side of the ball, and it just makes everything else better once you can do that.
That's Bach in motion. On a seam route for Alex Bach. He's got it in stride. Touchdown, CC. Beautiful throw. 48 yards to pay dirt.
Well, that's what we thought we'd see more from Bernie. Alex Bach, he's just going to run a post route on the backside, single against Tim Kaysen. As positive in the beginning, he's going to go down here and run to the post and just going to leave Kaysen, the defender, no help in center field at all. Safety was over to the weak side. There's no way Reed Kaminsky can get over. It looks like Kaysen just a little bit slow to react and maybe underestimated the speed slightly of Alex Bach. Well thrown ball by Sean Bernie. We've talked about a few of his errant throws. Well, let's give him credit on a beautiful throw.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Retry.
5-yard extra point attempt now. No problem. Good leg by Zach Bach. Good drive by the Shamrocks when they had to have it. Now their defense needs to respond. They're down 11. Number 11 and number 12 to pull them within 9 or 11. The Wolves lead now trimmed to 11 thanks to the touchdown pass from Sean Burney to Alex Bach. It capped off a nice scoring drive for Tom Mack's Shamrocks. In just under 3 minutes, they went 80 yards in 7 plays. You need that big play. Now watch for the onside kick here. The all-hands team.
Well,
for Clarkston.
The kickoff team is lined up like they're going to do it because they have 7 Shamrocks to the left.
Squibbs up in the air. It's bounced around a couple of times. A flag on the play. CC might have been offsides.
Well, I think it's an early touch.
Early touch? Okay.
Yeah. Ball did not travel 10 yards before it was touched. And what a job coming up with the ball anyway for Clarkston was Austin Egler. Now this better not be a situation. The NFL has changed theirs.
Legal touch by the kicking team.
You got it, partner. Good job.
Penalty decline. First down.
And we're going to look at it. It's got to go 10 yards, stop it right here. So that means it's got to come right here. I think it's going to be touched about 8. Let it go. Trying to see which one of them is down and right. Wow, that's close. That's about 9.5. It's the right call. And I'm really glad the fact that Egler recovered it anyways for Clarkston. It takes any of the controversy because they still recovered the ball. But it's a good call by the official. Not quite as easy of a call as I thought it was.
Erickson tries the left side. Into CC territory. Give him 4.
This game has been put away in the second half, Shep. Look at this. The last 4 drives. Wow. Just all touchdowns. And it's tough to lose when your offense is churning out TDs like that.
Ian Erickson, 177 yards today. Big game requires big plays from big-time players.
And really only one, medium to long run. I mean, a lot of 6 and 8 and 10-yard runs in there. He's worked for it.
Sure has. 27 carries for him. Swims his way past the 45. He's running as hard on carry number 25, or 28, excuse me, as he was on number 1.
That's a great call, Matthew. I mean, you look at him. He's got a little bit of a hop in his game, doesn't he? He's a slasher and a hopper, but he's physical. Watch, he stretches and stretches. Oh, there it is. Now I'm going to get through it. A little bit of a leap over the pile. Lowers the shoulder. Delivers the blow more often than taking it.
Not a bad couple of weeks. That's not a bad season.
540 yards over 2 games.
For some tailbacks for a full year. How about 20 first downs, too? After that hop, skip, and a run, 20 first down for the Wolves. And he breaks free again to the outside. Stiff arms his way inside the 15. He just will not be denied today.
You're going to see why this play is successful. Besides that man can run, we're going to look at the left guard, the left tackle right here. That's going to be Matic. Watch him pull. Let it go. Get ready. Get ready. Work up the field. Stop it right there. Look at this. Inside out, shielding the hole, cleaning it out, and look at how. Oh my Lord! If you can block like that, I might get another fake knee and come out of retirement and have 2 of them, 2 metal knees, and get down there. That's a great job.
And that young man.
Yeah, that's Nick Matic.
Yeah, he's going to play at Western Michigan next year. They got a good one going their way to Kalamazoo. Right up the gut. Touchdown number 3 for Ian Erickson. Man, oh man, what a dominating performance for this young man.
What did Dandy Don you say? Turn out the lights, the party's over. I think they just pretty much salted this one away, and another nice block inside by Nick Matic and Adam Matic, the left side of the line, 58 and 55. And let's see this hole right up the middle. We're going to watch right in here. Just a really nice job, and also the center getting out. Look at the push. Look at inside, and they roll it down it. Wow. Huh? How? That's just...
That is.
I'll tell you what, I got some friends watching this game right now. Some old offensive line guys. They're just loving this. The big fellas up front have taken over. The big uglies have taken charge. And I'm not talking about the broadcast team up in the booth either.
Speak for yourself. Hines with the extra point, and it's through. Really impressive showing by Clarkston.
One more look inside. CC tries to collapse it down inside, and it gets totally collapsed. That's what you teach your linemen. If the guy crosses your face, Shep, if you're supposed to kick, just bury him. Use his momentum. Wash everything down inside. And that's what they did that time. And these are just his numbers today. 226, 3 TDs.
Well, he's averaged 7.5 yards per touch. I mean, come on, he's got 3 rushes of 30 yards or more. You know, the linemen help him get to that hole. Once he gets through the hole, that is Ian Erickson. So give him a lot of credit for that.
He knows what to do with it.
Sure does, and he's a humble.
He is. Look at him.
Too, yeah.
There's no finger pointing. There's no chest pounding. No grabbing of the jersey.
Nope.
I want a drink. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I want to do.
If you give him a Sharpie, he wouldn't sign the camera lens either. Just sits there and says, you know what? This is what we came here to do. And they're about to achieve a lifelong dream.
And hats off to Kurt Richardson. This is a guy that leaned on fellow Oakland County guy and Chris Bell, the head coach at Lake Orion Dragons. Got a lot of information. Talked about the experience of being in the state championship game. Chris Bell twice made it to Ford Field. And what a resource to have. And it just shows you can be enemies during the week and enemies during the season and arch rivals, but it's a coaching fraternity, and when called upon, you help each other.
That's a great point. It really is. Chris Bell and Lake Orion, you know, not too long ago, they beat Plymouth, right, in the state championship game. Not too
He
long
lost
ago.
the first time he got here, and then he won the second time.
Plymouth, yeah, and then for Clarkston and Lake Orion to share, that's a little bit like, you know,
Hatfield and
Ohio
McCoys,
State,
right, yeah.
Hatfield and the McCoys. Yeah, you don't find it very often.
Speaking of Michigan, Ohio State, we have to get an update on that game because I know no one's turning. They shouldn't be leaving this game. Get Mike Brad, our statistician down there, maybe he can give us a...
He's working way too hard. Are you kidding me?
He can multitask. He's retired.
1st and 10. Birdie's got to go to the air with a little bit more than 4 minutes remaining in this one, and he's going to be wrestled down at about the 21-yard line. You might see some type of horse collar there.
Her face mask, and there was Chewins getting it on him. Was that 88?
Yes, it was. Cole Chewins.
6'7", 210, just a baby. That young man starts to fill out. He is going to be an even more dominant force.
He's a monster. Defensive end's a perfect spot for him. Impact player as a tight end as well.
We have a helmet opening penalty by the defense, 15 yards. Tacked on to the end of the run, 1st down.
We'll get another look here on the replay, and that's Chewins coming in. I got a little face mask in there too, I think. Got a little collar, take your pick. You might be quite as fast when you're 6'7" and long-armed on the edge.
Slant. Actually just more of an out pattern. We've crowned a Division VII champion, Ishpeming, for a 2nd straight year. This one is almost over at 4:30. Don't miss Grand Rapids West Catholic against Menominee. And DeWitt tries to finish their season unbeaten. Zeeland West stands in their way for the Division III crown.
And anyone who wasn't with us earlier, don't be deceived by that 9-4 record. West Catholic, their 4 losses all came to playoff teams and most of the teams in bigger divisions. We saw Muskegon Catholic did yesterday. They went in with 2 losses and ended up being the state champion in Division 8.
Sean Burney, pressure comes. He'll run out of it, looking for the sideline and close to a 1st down. You would learn a little bit about that West Catholic school if you watched our high school show on Friday nights at midnight, because we talk about educating folks around the state with some of the really good players and the really good teams. It's the show to watch on Friday nights at midnight. Do a great job at that. Burney throws. Zach Bachel right through his hands. Had the sideline, too, if he wanted, at least to get out of bounds.
And you know you have a lot of room out there as a receiver because Clarkston is given a lot of cushion on the outside. So you're just kind of turning around and see what I get to do with it, try to make a big play out of a little play. Instead, you have no play.
It's been that kind of day for Catholic Central, hasn't it?
Bernie's was, I think Bernie was a hair off in the first half. I think he's throwing the ball much better in the second half.
I agree, yeah.
But then the receivers in the second half have dropped 3 or 4 balls.
I wonder how different this would be if he had not thrown the interception in the end zone in the very first drive. Things would have changed a little differently for them. There's a quick out, a connection for the second time on this drive to get close to a first down. Throws again. This one's popped up in the air, deflected by the linebacker, intended for MHSAA for the third time on the drive.
There's Blake Rehan, number 24, got a hand up, getting his drop. Easier job right now being a linebacker. You don't have to respect the run much. Get your drop, get your depth. Shrink those passing lanes behind you.
So a 4th down and 5. Clarkston sidelines and their jam-packed side of the field, feeling it, sensing it. Bernie for Bach. Oh, he quiets him for a moment. What a grab at the 24.
You drop the hitch, but yet you go up and grab the ball on a little bit of an outside wheel over the top of 2 defenders. Now CC in a bit of a hurry up here.
Well, he timed that perfectly, didn't he? Bernie looks left. MHSAA's got it in an out pattern and out of bounds.
We're going to look here at the previous plays. Bach is going outside, number 16 on the sidelines. Attack it. Show some ups, go up and get it. Shakes you up a little bit, secure the catch. Really some outstanding guys to cover in this game. I mean, the entire day, it's fun. I thought issuing, obviously, the job that Alex Briones did prior to this game was an incredible single-act performance, but I thought the whole team played well. And I'm seeing that again with this Clarkston team. We knew they had Ian Erickson. You know, head coach Kurt Richardson. He had Big Beetle. He had some components in place. Tim Kaysen, the wide receiver. But I'm impressed by the whole team, the overall speed of this Clarkston defense.
You've seen some moments from Catholic Central as well. They've had some guys who made some pretty big plays. They're not done yet, although 3:16. There's 2 timeouts remaining and down 18.
Matthew, I may have missed this. You may have said this. Now, the box, I mean, that seems like a coincidence. Brothers? I'm sure you said that along the way somewhere.
Zach, yeah.
I think Alex might be faster than Zach. I don't know if they've raced. But I like Alex Bach.
If you ask the
older one, I'm faster, I'm stronger, and I'm better looking. I know I'm an older brother, but that's not necessarily true.
1st and 10 for Sean Bernie. Rolls, throws for the corner. And incomplete, intended for the older Zach Bach.
Kane Watlington in coverage there. Bach working one-on-one outside. He's going to run in here. He's going to go down and run to the corner. This is the classic smash route. Inside guy comes, outside guy goes in, inside guy goes out.
Good coverage.
Once again, locate the football, make a play on it, become the receiver as a defender, and you'll rarely get called for anything.
Right there on the hip. The 2 Bach brothers are split to the right. There's Bernie's numbers on the day. 2nd down and long, and he's going to get sacked.
Well, you knew that was coming. It's just too difficult for the CC offensive line to hold up. When the whole defensive line knows you're throwing each play, they're just starting to pin their ears back, and they're working on a pass move. There's no gap responsibility. When you're coming out of your stance, you're going into a swim move, you're going into a shove, maybe an arm bar hook, whatever you want to do. A club, do a Reggie White club on the guy.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to do. So it's tough for an offensive line play after play to pass pro.
And a timeout for Catholic Central with 2:46 left to go here in the 4th. Almost twice as many yards in the second half, but they're still down 18. Shows you what Clarkston's been able to do with the football. They have yet to be stopped in the second half.
That is correct. 192 yards. I don't want to say they're mop-up yards, but some of the yards are cushion yards, let's say, where Clarkston's be a little more liberal in their coverages. And this young man here, what a couple weeks he's had. Something to remember his high school career by, making play after play, touchdown after touchdown, showing all the elements we thought he had. That was vision, explosiveness, balance, and also good speed on the top end, as we see on this 40-yard touchdown run when he gets to the next level. Gets a little peek behind him and takes it to the end zone, and that's the easy one that the young man got. In the third one, the capper from the 11-12-yard line stretches it across the goal line before it comes out of his hand for his third touchdown of the day.
9 touchdowns the last 2 weeks. Bernie on a roll, looking downfield in the end zone and incomplete, hoping for a flag. Brings up a 4th down and 14. The season, the crown, and for some, their careers on this play. Bernie down the middle. Incomplete. And Clarkston takes over. Intended for Nick Cassetta.
Kane Watlington once again on coverage. What a series this young man, number 1, is going to come right down the middle of the field. Look for number 1 in blue to come into the screen. The ball is tipped.
Coco set ahead.
Yeah, he's going to catch it on the second. Now, he drops it initially when it bounced free. That's when Watlington came in and knocked it out. And now Clarkston's about 1 first down away from just taking a knee and ending this Division I championship game.
What an achievement to get here 3 years in a row for Catholic Central, but to come up empty each time, really
well, you had, I don't want to say I questioned it, Shep, but we talked about their 28-0 win last week over Cass Tech. I'm not taking any away from the CC, but I think the elements really benefited this big physical team and this running team that CC has, and I think made the semis maybe a little bit easier than it may have been if they had to play on more of, less inclement weather as they did.
Clarkston calls the timeout.
And Matt, anytime you play a team that's fast and athletic, you want a mutter. You want a slow track. You want bad weather to try to be the equalizer. And I'm seeing how this CC team is built, and they're big and physical up front. They like to pound the ball, and defensively they're really good up front. So I think it really benefited them. When Clarkston came on, I think they showed a little more adaptability. They like to throw the ball more than they did last week, but obviously, portion of the running game, they did fine with 57 carries and almost as many points.
Well, that's what makes, I think, Clarkston a much more dangerous squad, because they can beat you in a lot of different ways. Sure, Ian Erickson with an incredible week last week against Common Ainsworth and already today, but because of their balance, because they can throw the ball, they keep defenses a little bit more on their toes.
Yeah, he's 19 yards away from having 600 yards in the semis and the finals together, and I'm not sure if that's ever been done.
DJ Zazula hands off to Erickson, bumping his way to the 23.
This offensive line, once again, Nick Madich and Adam Madich and Griffin Barta. Lance Linton, we haven't called out because we've been calling the guys that pull. And in this offense, you see Chris Trimmer, the right tackle, Nick Madich, the left tackle. They pull their tackles a lot. They pull the guards less, and that's how come we focused on them a lot. But they've done the job.
A 2nd down and 4 call now for the Wolves. Erickson found a seam close to another Clarkston first down.
We keep our guys in the truck working hard to keep those stats updated. If he gets another carry or two here, he may not. I don't think, it depends if CC's in timeouts. I don't think Coach Mack would in this situation.
And it is enough for a first down.
In my calculations, he's about 9 or 8 yards away from 600. 600. That's, I mean, some guys in the season. That's a season. And he's doing it not just in 2 games, Shep, but in the state semis and finals. They're just going to take a knee. Class act by a classy guy and head coach Kurt Richardson.
236 yards. And now Kurt Richardson realizes every coach's dream. His first state championship in his 27th season.
37 years in education as well, longtime teacher. We talked a little bit, still enjoys it, Shep, and I know the kids are benefiting as well from having a great role model and educator and coach like Kurt Richardson in their season, in their system rather.
It's a first for Clarkston. They salute their fan base, and that fan base salutes them. The Wolves win Division I, 32-14. It is one to remember in Clarkston. Don't they? Kurt Richardson fulfills the dream. In his first ever state championship appearance, his club wins it all in convincing fashion at Ford Field. The wrap-up when we return on Fox Sports Detroit after this. Well, you wonder when it will settle in for Kurt Richardson that his club is a state champion.
Well, I think it's starting right now, but it's such a long year for a high school coach. But for the payoff in the end, when it's a state championship, what better way? There's no better way. It's a team effort. This was a very good football team, offensively, defensively. A lot of guys making a lot of plays.